In the heart of the dense, shadow-laden woods, there stood a decrepit mansion, shrouded in mystery and whispered tales of horror. Its walls, once grand and imposing, now crumbled with age, and its windows were like darkened eyes, gazing out into the night with a sinister intent. This was the infamous Blackwood Manor, a place where the living dared not tread, for fear of awakening the malevolent spirits that dwelled within its walls. Legend had it that the mansion was cursed, its very foundations soaked in the blood of those who had met their untimely demise within its confines. The stories told of a family who had once lived there, the Blackwoods, whose greed and ambition led them down a path of darkness and despair. It was said that they made a pact with dark forces, trading their souls for wealth and power, but in doing so, they unleashed a terror that would consume them all. As the years passed, the mansion became a place of dread, a haunting reminder of the horrors that lurked in the shadows. Tales of strange noises emanating from its depths, of ghostly apparitions that roamed its halls, and of screams that pierced the silence of the night, spread like wildfire through the surrounding villages. None dared to venture too close, for fear of becoming the next victim of the curse that hung over Blackwood Manor like a sinister shroud. But despite the warnings and the chilling tales, there were always those foolish enough to seek out the truth, to unlock the secrets that lay hidden within the crumbling walls of the mansion. Among them was a group of intrepid explorers, drawn by the promise of adventure and the lure of the unknown. They were young and brash, convinced of their own invincibility and oblivious to the dangers that awaited them. With lanterns in hand and hearts pounding with excitement, they set out into the depths of the forest, their footsteps echoing through the tangled undergrowth. As they drew closer to their destination, the air grew thick with a sense of foreboding, and the once familiar sounds of the forest fell silent, as if holding its breath in anticipation of the horrors to come. At last, they reached the imposing gates of Blackwood Manor, its twisted iron bars creaking open to welcome them into its dark embrace. With trepidation, they crossed the threshold into the mansion's crumbling foyer, their footsteps echoing off the walls like the tolling of a funeral bell. The interior of the mansion was as chilling as its exterior, with cobwebs clinging to the ceiling like the threads of a spider's web, and dust swirling in the air like restless spirits. The air was heavy with the scent of decay, and every shadow seemed to conceal some unseen menace, waiting to pounce upon its unsuspecting prey. As they ventured deeper into the mansion's labyrinthine corridors, they began to hear strange whispers echoing through the darkness, as if the very walls themselves were alive with malevolent intent. Their lanterns flickered and dimmed, casting eerie shadows that danced upon the walls like specters from beyond the grave. Suddenly, without warning, they were engulfed in darkness, their lanterns extinguished by some unseen force. Panic seized them as they groped blindly through the blackness, their hearts pounding with fear. And then, from the depths of the mansion, came a sound that chilled them to the bone. The sound of laughter, cold and mocking, echoing through the darkness like the laughter of demons. With mounting terror, they stumbled through the darkness, their minds clouded with fear and confusion. But no matter which way they turned, they found themselves trapped in the maze-like corridors of Blackwood Manor, their only companions the shadows that seemed to taunt them at every turn. Hours passed, though it felt like an eternity, and still they wandered lost and alone, their hopes of escape dwindling with each passing moment. And then, just when they thought they could bear no more, they stumbled upon a room unlike any they had seen before. The walls of the room were lined with shelves upon shelves of dusty tomes and ancient artifacts, their surfaces covered in strange runes and symbols. In the center of the room stood a pedestal, upon which rested a single, gleaming object, an ornate dagger, its blade shimmering in the dim light like a beacon of hope in the darkness. Driven by desperation, they reached out for the dagger, their hands trembling with fear. But as soon as they touched it, they were consumed by a blinding light, and the world around them dissolved into darkness. When they awoke, they found themselves lying on the forest floor, the ruins of Blackwood Manor nowhere to be seen. Confused and disoriented, they stumbled to their feet, their minds reeling with the memories of the horrors they had witnessed. And though they returned home safely that day, they would forever carry with them the scars of their ordeal, haunted by the knowledge that some terrors are better left undisturbed, and that the darkest evils are those that lurk within the depths of the human soul. As the days passed, the group of explorers tried to make sense of their harrowing experience at Blackwood Manor, but the memories remained elusive, like fragments of a nightmare that refused to fade. Each night, they were plagued by restless dreams, haunted by visions of shadowy figures and echoing laughter that seemed to follow them wherever they went. Despite their best efforts to put the events behind them, they found themselves drawn back to the mystery of Blackwood Manor, unable to shake the feeling that there was more to discover, more secrets waiting to be uncovered. And so, with trepidation and a sense of foreboding, they resolved to return to the forest once more, to confront the darkness that lurked within its depths. This time, however, they were not alone. Word of their previous expedition had spread through the surrounding villages like wildfire, and others had been drawn to the allure of Blackwood Manor, eager to uncover its secrets for themselves. Among them was a seasoned historian, well-versed in the lore and legends of the region, and a skeptical journalist, determined to expose the truth behind the stories of hauntings and curses. Together, they formed an unlikely alliance, united by their shared desire to unravel the mysteries of Blackwood Manor and lay to rest the ghosts of the past. Armed with knowledge and determination, they set out into the forest once more, their resolve unshakable despite the whispers of doubt that lingered in the back of their minds. As they approached the site where Blackwood Manor had once stood, they were met with a sight that filled them with dread. In place of the crumbling ruins they had expected to find, there stood a pristine mansion, its walls gleaming in the sunlight like polished obsidian. It was as if the mansion had been reborn from the ashes of its former self, its dark history erased as if it had never existed. Confused and disoriented, they hesitated at the edge of the forest, unsure of what to make of this unexpected turn of events. But their curiosity got the better of them, and they pressed on, determined to uncover the truth behind the mansion's mysterious transformation. As they crossed the threshold into the mansion's grand foyer, they were greeted by an eerie silence that seemed to hang heavy in the air. Gone were the whispers and the laughter that had plagued their previous visit, replaced by an unsettling stillness that sent shivers down their spines. With cautious steps, they explored the mansion's labyrinthine corridors, their senses on high alert for any sign of danger. But as they ventured deeper into the heart of the mansion, they found themselves confronted not by malevolent spirits or vengeful ghosts, but by something far more sinister, the truth. For hidden within the mansion's walls lay a secret that had been buried for centuries, a secret so dark and terrible that it threatened to consume them all. And as they delved deeper into the mysteries of Blackwood Manor, they soon realized that some secrets are better left undisturbed, and that the price of uncovering the truth may be higher than they ever dared to imagine.